Are you thinking of buying a beautiful orchid but unsure how to pick a healthy one? Don't worry, you're in the right place. Choosing the right orchid isn't just about how beautiful it looks. There are a few important things to keep in mind. If you overlook these details, you might end up with an orchid that struggles to grow or doesn't last very long. Let's take a closer look at some orchids and talk about what to watch out for when choosing the perfect one. Let's talk about blue orchids first. They may look striking and unique, but these orchids aren't natural. Blue orchids are typically white Phalaenopsis orchids that have been dyed to achieve that vibrant blue color. The dye is injected into the flower spike, which gives the blooms their artificial color. Unfortunately, this process can stress the plant and weaken it over time. Even if the blue flowers look appealing, keep in mind that any future blooms will revert to the orchid's natural white color. So, if you're looking for a long-lasting, healthy plant, it's best to avoid these artificially colored orchids. Now, let's look at this orchid with visible fungal problems on its leaves and stem. Fungal infections often appear as black, brown, and yellow spots. These spots can spread if not treated, eventually weakening your orchid. It's very important to inspect the leaves and stem closely. If you notice spots, discoloration, or soft, mushy areas, it's a sign the orchid might already be struggling with a fungal infection. While it's possible to treat these issues, they can be challenging for beginners and might require significant time and care. The best thing to do is avoid the risk altogether and steer clear of orchids with any signs of fungus. Now, let's take a look at this orchid with very few visible roots. When you're buying an orchid, it's very important to check the roots, as they are the plant's lifeline. A healthy orchid should have a strong, well-developed root system. If the roots are sparse or absent, the plant will struggle to absorb enough water and nutrients to thrive. In this case, it's better to pass on the orchid and look for another one with more healthy roots. So, is having plenty of roots enough for a healthy orchid? Not necessarily. Take a look at this one. While it has many roots, they're actually rotten and shriveled. Healthy roots should be firm, plump, and bright. When roots begin to rot, they can no longer properly absorb water and nutrients, which can severely harm the plant. Now, let's take a look at this orchid with 2 leaves. A healthy orchid should have a full, well-developed set of leaves that are firm and green. If the orchid only has a couple of leaves, it might indicate that it hasn't been receiving the right care. When buying an orchid, it's best to choose an orchid with at least 5 healthy leaves, as this indicates the plant is in a stable condition and ready to thrive. Let's take a look at a healthy orchid that you can buy with peace of mind. This orchid has a strong, sturdy stem and plenty of healthy roots. The roots are firm, well-developed, and vibrant in color, which means it's absorbing nutrients and water properly. The orchid also has a good number of leaves, showing the plant is well cared for. Healthy roots, a strong stem, and lush leaves are all signs that the orchid is in great shape and will continue to thrive under the right care.